Good evening, wonderful people. How you doing, my good friends? Stephen here, back with another watch along. I apologise that this was a little bit late to get going today. A bit tired today, if I'm being honest with you. It's a tough day. But I'm here to chat to you guys for the next couple of hours or so about Manchester City playing Sheffield United in the FA Cup semi-finals at Wembley. How you all doing today? Do let me know, of course, in the comments how you're feeling. Hello, Nico, my good friend, dude. Hello to Daniel, Beppy, Lucas, Mark, now online, Bandil, Oliver, Odin, Shoko, and the rest of you beautiful people. This should be fun. It's just sort of snuck out of nowhere, really, in many ways. It's a semi-final against it's a semi-final against Sheffield United in the FA Cup, and it's just one of those things where we've had so many stuff going on. We've had Arsenal, of course, last night, which I've not spoken to you guys on video about yet. They fucked that up, didn't they? Sorry, I know people can talk about them pulling it back, but they fucked it up last night. Look. I've said it before. If we're in touching distance and we beat them at the Etihad, we win the league, and I've never felt more strong about that at all. But anyway, of course, we've got Real Madrid, and we've got a chance to get here now to set a final as well. Whisper it quietly. The treble is technically on. Will it happen? I don't know, but it is technically on. Kentucky Blue. What's Kentucky Blue? Is that a colour, man? I don't even know. Thank you very much, everyone. Isn't it? It's not navy blue. It's just navy blue, isn't it? You know, Kentucky Blue is a thing I wasn't aware was a name. Lucas says from Buenos Aires, Argentina, Alvarez. I literally just tweeted, by the way. Just thinking about Alvarez, and I put word for word, just thinking about Alvarez, he's ace, isn't he? Feels like it's easy to forget just how great he is given Haaland. And any other year, we'd be raving about him constantly. And I think that's very true. You know, genuinely, like, Alvarez is just so fucking brilliant, and we're just sort of used to him and just accept him already, despite him being this incredible wonder kid signing from Argentina and a World Cup winner. It's just, I can't wait to see him today. As for the team, you can see it scrolling across the bottom there, but I'll jump over here so it's a little bit bigger on screen. Ortega's in goal, of course, carrying on. There has been some changes as predicted. Some surprising ones, I would say. Kyle Walker comes back in. That is not a surprise. No, Rico Lewis is a slight surprise, though. Akanji plays alongside Laporte, which is what I thought probably would happen. Sergio Gomez gets a rare start at left back, which I'm very happy for, by the way. I hope he does well. It's a shame it's alongside Laporte. I'd like to see alongside Diaz, just so I feel like Diaz is the kind of centre-back Sergio Gomez needs alongside him, a motivator, not a moaner. I love Laporte, but he's a moaner. But either way, he's back in the team. Fingers crossed he can do well. I suspect he'll be playing sort of central alongside Ilkay Gundogan. Now, that is the interesting one. Calvin Phillips is on the bench, as is Rodri. A penny or 44 billion for, which is, I think, it's 44 million pennies. I think it's 44 billion for Calvin Phillips' thoughts, really. He's left on the bench with Gundogan as a DM alongside Bernardo Silva. Massive blow that for him personally. Riyad Mahrez and Grealish are the wingers, with Alvarez taking the Kevin De Bruyne role and Erling Haaland. Thank you very much, Oliver. Erling Haaland through the middle. So this is very exciting, man. This is very, very exciting indeed. It's hugely exciting. Was it 44 billion or was it 440 million pennies? What is it? How many pennies in 44 million? Either way, I'm looking forward to this game. Indaya looks like Gabriel Jesus, but from Wish. It's really weird. Like you've got Gabriel Jesus at home. It's really strange. Anyway, we're about to kick off. I'll talk to you more about the lineup in a minute as I'm just getting ready to kick off. We are underway. I'm watching on the big TV today, so looking this way in general as well. So, but either way, that lineup is interesting, isn't it? It just is, you know. Let's see. Let's see how he gets on. Like, I like the fact that we've gone for a few changes. I think it's necessary. Still a relatively strong team. I didn't want us to throw it away, but I wanted to see some changes because I feel like we need to make these changes at the moment. But this feels like a good compromise right now, doesn't it? We've got a lot of senior players there. Oops, I've just moved the clock by accident. Is it 4.4? Okay, it is. Yeah, okay, fair enough. And I think this is sensible. It looks like Gomez... No, Bernardo and Gundogan are currently tucking deep alongside each other. How's your feeling? I'm devastated too for McAtee and Doyle. They deserve to play here. But it's just the way it works, unfortunately. Yeah, Calvin on the bench is just amazing. It is, Victor. It's a crazy story. But to be honest, man, look, how do we feel about this? Is this just an admission that he's not good enough? Or is it an admission that he's not good enough this season? I'm going to tweet that out as well. Because Guardiola only plays people he thinks they're ready. It doesn't mean he thinks he might not be ready next season. But we will see. Oh my God, they nearly scored straight away. Fucking hell. Fuck me, we should be 1-0 down. Big save from Ortega. Oh, he should have scored there, man. He should have scored. Yeah, I agree with Naz there. Like, Gomez playing and not Phillips is like, well, he's good enough to play today. That's a centre forward, that as well, man. Anyway, I can't be asked doing that tweet. I should change my mind. I always like to do the tweets during the game as well, every now and then. So, how's everyone feeling about the game, by the way? How are you all feeling about the lineup? I'll read some of your comments out. What's your score prediction and all that kind of stuff? Do let me know. Hello to Mark. Hello to, hello to Yosi. Hello. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen Doyle as McAtee as well. And I think Guardiola would have been fine with him playing as well, but, you know. It's the FA decision. Gomez is indeed took it in midfield, by the way. Jack is, of course, on the left over there. As you expect he would be. Right now, I think Grealish should be buzzing to play. I reckon Haaland has to play for this as well, by the way. He's at Wembley, man. It's like he's watched City at Wembley in finals before, in the Carabao final. So back in 2014, I think he was at, when he went who was it 2014? It was when Caballero made the penalty saves against Liverpool? I think either way he was there. Was it that one or was it Sunderland? Or I can't remember which game he was at. He's at one of them anyway. Either way, he's well up for this. And I don't blame him. Alvarez playing off him, of course, as well with the movement in the sort of De Bruyne role. It works for me. It works. I like De Bruyne and I like De Bruyne getting a rest for Alvarez, and I like Bernardo and Gundogan drifting about. Already, the pattern of the game has started. You can see it. Markins 5-0. What's everyone else's predictions? Well, he looks relatively controlled so far, Victor, but I agree it might be a little bit difficult. Well, mainly because this is a massive chance for Sheffield United, man. It's a huge chance for them to do something here. Like, how often do they do that? 5-1 is Oliver Hart. They do play the Odin. Yeah, they've been starting, mate, week in, week out, so it's a big loss for them. They've lost two of their key players, like, genuinely. So that's one underestimated, like, part of this conversation, that they've actually lost key players, not just that they're not playing, the key players. Go on, Alvarez. Put back there, man. Nothing from the ref. Rico Lewis, he's a fantastic footballer, Nico. I think he had a really nice exposure to first team football, and I think he has to grow a little bit if he can, like physically. I think he's going to be around the first team forever now. Genuinely do. I think he's a fantastic footballer. But right now, Guardiola, of course, he's playing Walker in for his experience and so on, and it makes sense, man. It makes sense. But Rico is quality. I suspect Rico will be around for a long time. Your manager Wrexham. Everyone's got a soft spot for Wrexham these days, haven't they? I actually watched the Welcome to Wrexham and I really enjoyed it. It was good fun. I like Reynolds and McElhenney. They're good lads. They seem nice. Rich, of course, but they seem nice. Like, I think that obviously there's a cynicism towards Hollywood stars, but I think like the heart's in the right place. Rob McElhenney in particular, the Wrexham guy, I feel like he's a massive sports head, you can tell. And I really like them following him on Twitter, Rob McElhenney, really obviously falling in love with football. You can tell like they had a passive interest in it, but they've realised it's the best sport in the world, because it fucking is, man. It is. Paul Mullins, yeah, he's a good player. Mullins and Palmer up front. Yeah, I think I think the formation like that we're playing right now, the Rico Lewis, I think John Stones is just better at it. I think of all the options we've got in that formation, Stones, Lewis, Walker. Stones has the technical ability of Rico Lewis, which Walker doesn't have, but he has the physicality closer to Walker, which Rico Lewis doesn't have. So while there is like these weaknesses, I would say physically for Rico Lewis and experience, and intelligence for Kyle Walker in that role, technical ability. Stones is just the best of both worlds, and he's truly world class. Another half chance there, you know. Got back and covered though. Kanji was there. He's just, all I see is Gabriel Jesus. Hope he finishes like him today. Come on, City, man. I mean, that bench is strong, isn't it? I mean, I love Gabriel Jesus, but I just... let's be honest, it's true. He's going to win us the league, isn't he? Because he can't finish. Oh, unlucky Gomez with the cross. Kyle Walker is a fantastic player, Naz. I think he's still brilliant. Most likely one of the best right backs in the world still, but they're just... Why are they booing Grealish? It's weird. But I think likely the situation is just... The formation's changed. It just doesn't suit him. I think if he was still playing more traditional fullbacks, I think he'd be playing more regularly. I think it's as simple as that, really. I think he would be. But he's one of the guys where, even if, like, I don't know if he'll move on or not, but to have him around the squad, I would love to take him. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if he's looking at Sheffield United and thinking, I'd fancy going back there. You know, if they establish themselves, he might do one more year at City. If they establish themselves in the Premier League next year, you might fancy going back home, you know? Who knows? Everyone moves on eventually, Nico. We all move on eventually. To be honest, I think this... I mean, I don't think it's intentional, but I don't think it's a bad coincidence that... I like Grealish and Gomez together, by the way. I like that. But in general, when you've got a player as unique as Kyle Walker is, Kyle Walker was so fucking unique that he could lock down the entire right side of the pitch. Genuinely, like, no one would go over there. Mbappe, you know, Neymar, whatever. He would lock down that side. There was no other fullback in world football anything like him. Could anyone think of anyone? Like, there's no one with that sheer unique physicality and pace and strength. Like, I feel like you're not going to find anyone like that. So I don't think you can replace him directly. So in this instance, the best way to do it is probably change the system. Kyle Walker's a Man City legend, absolutely. I mean, he's our probably greatest right back ever. I love Micah, I love Zaba. Oh, nice, Mark. Lovely stuff. Well, Zanetti's a bit old now, Victor. We can't probably get him in. But I'm on about... Zanetti's a good example, actually. Someone who had a similar physicality. But Kyle's our best ever right back in the history of the club, in my personal opinion. I mean, it depends how you term a legend, I guess. I mean, like, everyone's got their own definition. But he's a fucking absolute mainstay of one of the greatest Manchester City side ever. He's a fucking hero. Doesn't mean he should get a statue or anything like that, but, you know. But he's, like, if someone called him a legend, no one wouldn't be bothered. He's Kyle Walker, you know, he's done everything. He's probably the greatest ever Premier League right back as well. I think genuinely might be. Obviously, he doesn't have the emotional connection that Zaba has. But in terms of pure world-class ability, it's Kyle Walker. It is. Yeah, I mean, it depends if you put legend down to the emotional connection. I get people... put it this way. There's certain players where they're on the border that I don't really care to argue either way, if that makes sense. Like, if someone wants to call Kyle Walker a legend, I get it. I don't know how strongly I agree or not, but I get it, and I'm not bothered. Like, it's players when it's like, who's a more controversial one? I don't know. Cancelo. If someone called Cancelo a legend, I'd be like, really? I know he had 3 good seasons, but is he really a legend? You know, like... Even if he just left on good terms, if you know what I mean, I'd be like, that's a bit too... Gundo, I know, I get it. I mean, it's weird to say that we've had, like... I guess what makes the legend discussion seem odd, it's that we've got so many, but I guess when you're having your greatest ever... Go on, nice ball, Sergio. When you're having your greatest ever team ever in the history of the sport, it is our greatest ever team, then you're going to have a lot of legends, as simple as that. I get that, City Slacker. I genuinely get it. I get why you would argue that. I don't think I probably personally agree, but I get why you'd argue it. Go Gundo. Gomez looks comfortable right now. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky Sergio. Sergio looks good in this team, by the way. He suits the system, doesn't he? I really want to see Sergio Gomez do well, by the way. I get the impression he's a really nice lad. And he's obviously a really good footballer. He just is. He's a good footballer. I mean, obviously, he's learning how to be a left back still in his career. He's only had one season there over in the Belgian league, which is a massive step up, of course, to this one. But I think he's a really smart footballer. And we forget that even for Spain under 21s, I think he still plays as an attacking midfielder where he is. And there is something there, technically. Like, I would not be adverse if he's comfortable with it, if City are. Him just staying around the squad for sheer numbers, you know. Look what Zinchenko did eventually, you know. It seems to be the same formation, really, is he? It's just the players are different, I would say. Like, I think Gomez is doing the Stones role instead of alongside the midfield. Like, we basically got three centre-backs. Walker's basically playing... When we're defending, he's playing as a right-back, like a Kanji or Stones was. And when we're going forward, he's sort of there as a nominal right centre-back. It feels the same, basically. Tinker in the lineup, yes, but the general formation, it seems to be relatively fixed, I would guess. The rhythm of the game seems to be pretty set in this second. Like, City are pushing forward pretty well, you know. I'm pretty comfortable with it. Nice little flick there from, was it Alvarez or was Bernardo? I'm watching on BBC and it's not in HD for me. And it's blurry, man. It's about 240p on the big TV. I don't think he has City Slack. I think he's playing left centre back. I think the double pivot will be always to Stones instead. I think he's going to do the Ake role. He's just going to do the Ake role, which he's a like for like replacement in that role. Like, we know Laporta can play at left back. He's done it before against Liverpool and done really well. So he's just essentially in training. Oh, I've no idea, mate. I don't think so though, personally. Feel like if they need to, they will do, but I don't feel like they have to. Oh, nice touch. No, unlucky. But maybe it happens, City Slacker, mate. You know as much as I do on that front. We are nearly 15 minutes in. I have not updated the score on top of the thing. Oh! What the fuck? Haaland's just pinged it in from 20 yards, but what happened? I mean, it's a hell of a finish. Fucking hell. What was it for? What's he stopped it for? I think they were keeping my got to that. He did stop. But what was... I haven't got the commentary on because obviously I can't play it out loud. What was that? What was the infringement there? What did they say? A foul? Okay. Hell of a hit from Haaland, to be fair. Ridiculous. Reminder of his threat. Haaland contract extension, it'd be nice, Lofi, wouldn't it? Lo-Fi Alpaca. That's a hell of a band name. Or good clearance. They're a decent side, these, you know. Good save, Ortega. Robinson with a decent effort from distance. Turned Haaland. You'd expect he would turn Haaland, to be honest. He's not a defender, is he? I am tired today, guys. Tough night. Tough night. Long night. I've had a pretty low day, if I'm being honest with you. So I need City to pick up today and do something. I need a big performance. How are we all feeling about the idea of the treble anyway, you know? Opinions and bold wonders. Do you know, mate, I have absolutely zero. So I'm so sorry, mate. Mainly because I've not been paying any attention to him at all. Is James Trafford there still? That's all I know. Not at 50 League One apparently currently. Yeah, Trafford is there. He's doing well, isn't he? Yeah, I mean, I've got a soft spot for Bolton, of course. And Betty's not playing, is he, much at the moment? Yeah, I like Bolton. I've got nothing against Bolton. I genuinely, I know it sounds mad, but largely, other than Wigan, fuck Wigan and United, I largely don't mind. Try the T word, yeah. Oh, the treble, yeah. Oh, unlucky. I largely don't mind Northwest-based teams doing well. I know that sounds a bit like I want everyone to do well, but I don't know. I think it's because the local. Just because you meet people from the area, and I know Bolton fans, and I've met Bury fans, and I just sort of like it. I think the more teams in the Northwest that do well, largely is a good thing, unless it's Wigan, fuck Wigan, or United. Treble without remorse. Let's have it. T-word will do it. Okay. Nazarken's easy. Look, technically, if we get to the final of the FA Cup, you got to presume that's big time on, you know? Obviously, it could be United or Brighton. It could be Brighton. I think it could be Brighton, by the way. I think Brighton will do him. But then, yeah, away from that, I suspect there's a real good chance, man. There's a real good chance. Obviously, there's the big issue of Real Madrid in front of us. I will assess it after the first leg of the Real Madrid game. I get the confidence now. I've been saying for months now, since probably that turn of form about 2.5 months ago, that this City side feels different. I think Pep's cracked it for whatever reason. I think actually City are better with Haaland. I know there's a lot of talk about Haaland just being there and scoring goals and maybe our football not being perfect. I think now we're actually better with him. I think he actually helps us, and I think our system's better. They won the Pizza Cup. Is that what it called? What was it called? Was it Pizza Hut Cup? I like the idea of it just being a pizza cup. You know, just a cup of pizza. Is there any food that's acceptable to eat in a cup? Like, other than soup, you know? Papa John's cup. Papa John's, yeah. Pizza cup. What's the acceptable food to eat in a cup? I mean, it's very student territory, admittedly. Cereal? Yeah, I'd have cereal in the cup. A bit of milk in there. You know what I mean? I agree with that. That's a good shout. I can't imagine pizza in a cup, to be fair. Chips. A cup of chips, yeah. That's another good shout, actually. I want some chips. Mac and cheese in a cup. You're a sick man. Sick individual. I don't like mac and cheese. Cup of eggs. Try a cup of eggs. What kind of egg? Just a scrambled egg in a cup. Just necking it. Overnight oats. Nice. I want some overnight oats. I fucking love it. Oats are underrated, you know. Noodles. Jalfrey's in a cup. John, get a plate, mate. Breadsticks or some Kit Kats. All right. I do love some Kit Kats. My mother-in-law brought around the whole 5 bags of Kit Kat bits, whatever they're called. Nice. Recommend them. Good old mother-in-law. Good ball to Alvarez. And he's kind of ran over his feet there. It's a football stream. We've got a Sheffield United fan in the chat. Fatima Harbi, hello. How you doing? You're welcome. You're welcome. I am a City fan here. I'll let you know. Be honest, it is a City channel, but you are welcome. Tell us about your team. I know how do you feel about McAtee and Doyle not playing? Done all right so far. They've had the biggest chances, Sheffield United, to be fair to them. City obviously had all the possession, but fuming about it. Yeah, I can imagine the quality. I think City did want him to play. Honestly, Pep's the kind of guy, but like, no, just play the best always. Go on, Riyadh. Oh, Riyadh nearly. I've had cake in a cup. You ever had cookie in a mug where you kind of cook it and it comes out? It's nice. A cookie mug cup, whatever it's called. Cayman cider. I don't know. Maybe I have. I've had a lot of ciders in my life, WDP. I'm not always sure which ones I've been drinking, but possibly. Is it nice? I'll try it one day. Is Billy Sharp playing today? Billy Sharp looks like... He's on the bench, isn't he? Yeah, he is. There was a lot of hype about Sanderberg when he signed him, I remember. He's done okay, hasn't he? Not set the world alight, but he's a good player. Oh, Cayman cider. Oh, fucking hell. I've just got the joke. Whey! Well done, WDP. I got. Well done. Well, why do you think Ruben exists? Yep. Someone had text me. Well done, me. Who's on the pitch? Sheffield United. The Sheffield United team is, there you go, Jebison, which is a great name, by the way. I switched off with the chance there, by the way, in the shot. It was a great shot and a great save. Fair play to the keeper. I was too busy laughing at the punchline. I always fucking... You got me. Oh, bless. Nicola is trying to get Ruben, my son, to sleep downstairs. You can hear my voice, so he's not sleeping because he's looking for me. She just texts me, "Hey, Rubes." Bless him. I want to cuddle him so much right now. I wish I could just nap him on stream. He's the sweetest little sleeper. Just like hold him throughout the whole stream. I probably could, he sleeps for anything. It was a good effort by Alvarez, wasn't it? Alvarez, he's got a spectacular goal in him, Alvarez. You got to love a player who's got a spectacular goal, haven't you? Oh, nice flick from Mahrez to Bernardo. De Bruyne's got minimum 2 great seasons in him, and to be honest, I think he'll hang around. I think De Bruyne's going to be as good next season. I don't think there's any worry about that. WDP was funny, don't worry. It's funny, you got me. Minimum 2, which will allow Bellingham and probably Vega, I reckon it'll be. People like that to adapt a little bit. I'm having to take him into the nursery because he won't go to sleep. Hey, Ribs. He's looking for you. Aw. Nicola won't come up the stairs anymore because she nearly fell down the stairs with him the other day. Well, she did. Yeah, I did. She did. He was okay. She panicked and cried though. You alright down there? Yeah. I miss him. Is he okay? I'm chatting to the wife. It's okay, don't worry. Go for it. Same. Feelings mutual. Sorry, just shouting to the family down there. Yeah, but he's got... I reckon Bellingham will happen, by the way. I don't know about another one, Mario. We've struggled a lot. He's wonderful, but we've struggled a lot due to his eczema. It's been. If I'm being totally honest, it's a bit real on the stream. I've been quite fed up for the past 6 months, mainly because I'm in a constant state of low-level stress because of his eczema. When you've got a kid with eczema, it's all you think about all the time. He's itching, and it's really like it's tough. It's really tough. Like it's quite a lot. Constantly just doctor's appointments, constantly trying to get him to sleep, and it's tough. It's really tough. So I've struggled a lot over the past 6 months mentally. I'll cry if I keep talking about it. I've had a bad day today, so so I'd love to have another kid. Maybe one day we'd love to, but right now we just want one right now because we're too tired all the time. Very real there for a second, but you know, that's life, isn't it? For the Rebel Haaland is incredible. Yeah, he's incredible. Thank you, WDP. I'm okay. I'm all right. It's just he's healthy. That's all that matters. It's just when you've got a kid, you want him to not. He's not had a single day of his life where he's not been a bit uncomfortable. If you know what I mean. Like as a dad, that breaks your heart. It does. And like even if it's just itching and stuff, I don't want him to constantly because he's a baby. You know, I want him to be all right. You know, and I'm getting very real there. But I'll talk about football now anyway. Gets you down a bit. Anyway, compose yourself. Tough day mentally. It happens. It does all happen. Look, I'm always honest. I can't keep my emotions very well locked up. I'm a very emotional people. I would say I wear my heart on my sleeve in general, and I think that's something I would encourage for everyone. Really, even being honest, I think always talk about things. I think it's good. Matoma's an incredible player. I presume it's Lily. He was Lily. I presume it's Matoma's wonderful. And I think we are grinding down Wigan Man as well. We are. And thank you very much, Oliver. That's very, very sweet. And likewise, WDP. I know for what it's worth, we're doing a great job. We are. I know we are. He's a happy, beautiful baby. Doing the best we can. We are. By a mile, John. Absolutely. It's just tough at times. Deep breath. Exactly, Born of Blue. I miss him so much now. I've been talking about him so much. I want to cuddle him so much. He started cuddling back as well, by the way, and it's the best feeling in the world. He cuddled back earlier when I was feeling a bit sad. He cuddled me into me, and I was just like, what? Oh, I'll stop crying if I keep talking about it. I'll carry on approaching football. We're 28 minutes through. I'm going to change the subject because I'm an emotional wreck today. That was a bad challenge from Baldock, and it really was on Gomez. Is he all right? Is Gomez okay? I think he is. Unnecessary, to be honest. Why has he done that as well? Like, he's literally just jumped into him aggressively. I think we'll beat Madrid. I think there's a revenge game there. I'm pretty relaxed about it. Like, I don't know. I was on City's live show when that should have been a yellow, probably, maybe a warning, a strong telling off. I feel like with Madrid, I was on City's live show and I said if you get past Bayern, I think we'll get past Real Madrid. And I stand by that. I think Madrid aren't as good a side as Bayern Munich. Doesn't mean they're not. They might be a better cup competition side. They definitely are a better Champions League side. But as an individual side, 1 to 11, I think Bayern are better than Madrid. Does anyone else feel that way? I might be wrong there. But are they a better Champions League side? That's a different question entirely, isn't it? They've got that magic, haven't they? Madrid in this competition. It's their competition. It is. I mean, a passive a shot there from Bernardo. Bayern are flopping, aren't they, right now, man? They really are. Like, Bayern with Tuchel, like, what they're doing. Like, look at where Bayern are now. So they lost 3-1 today to Mainz. Dortmund win the top of the league, and Mainz are in 6th. Not that I'm bothered, and our Mainz went on business, you know what I mean? But either way, it's quite funny, isn't it? It's quite funny. Fuck Bayern. Like, getting rid of Nagelsmann, who was doing really well with them. Like, you kind of love to see it, really. If we beat Madrid, like, look, if we beat Madrid and don't win the Champions League, but we're never going to fucking win it. Do you know what we haven't talked about? Victor, I mentioned at the top of the video about Arsenal yesterday. That pressure is real. I'm sorry. People talk about, Arsenal fans were so giddy at the start of the season. I chatted to so many, and they presumed just because they could do it in the first half of the season, they could do it again. And I kept saying to them, like, you do not know what it's like, man. Some of them are too young to remember what it was like, the title race, because it was... Go on, Kyle. Kyle took forever to cross that then, for fuck's sake, man. He took forever. Jesus Christ. But yeah, Arsenal, it gets real. Every game means more when you've got City chasing you down and then you're close to glory. You're playing pressure free for the first 20-odd games. Like, no one, doesn't matter. You can win every single game, but it won't matter come the end of the season because it's a totally different scenario. Like, they were fucked at the end of it. I actually sort of like that they came back a little bit. Genuinely. I feel like every time that they give their best, but it isn't enough, is better for us. Like, if they just lost 3-1 and they were sulky, that would be shite. But I feel like the fact that they fought back and still couldn't win, and they were exhausted from it, it's like, oh my God, we've given everything. We've given absolutely everything that we've got. Left ourselves out on the pitch, and it still wasn't enough. And it wasn't enough, that's the thing. That to me is a crushing blow for them. You could see it in the faces, man. I mean, look at them on the pitch. Yeah, Saka and Odegaard. It just destroyed them. It absolutely destroyed them. And I feel like they know that this City machine is relentless. And you can sense... Oh, Haaland won the header to no one. You can sense that the fear is there. City are coming for them. And they aren't playing well right now. And they're conceding... I saw a stat, I think since February, they've conceded like the third or second most goals in the league. That's crazy since the start of February. They are leaking goals left, right and centre. And they've got an electric forward line. They really have. They've got an incredible forward line. There's so much skill, vibrancy. It's such an enigmatic forward line. You can't not admire Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard. It's just really good fun to watch. But, that can win you games. But, there was a ball to Alvarez there. But titles are won. We messed that up there. Titles are won on defences. And digging in when you need to. So far, we don't know if they can do it. Oh, no, and I'm sorry. Partey shouldn't be playing football. But either way, he's nowhere near the level of Rodri. He isn't. He just isn't. For one, Rodri probably actually scores, doesn't he? I've been supporting City all my life, Shabix. All my life. I am 37 years old, and my earliest memory is being a City fan. Genuinely, I don't remember not being a City fan at any point in my life. If that makes sense. But weirdly, is my dad wasn't a big City fan. My dad wasn't really a football fan as a kid because he was from Wales and then more into rugby. But I grew up in Manchester, and I chose City. I don't even remember choosing City, but I'm pretty certain it's because I saw the word Manchester. My favourite colour was blue, so. But and I am obviously from Manchester, so I think it was. And also, maybe I've been contrarian because my mates were United fans, so maybe I want to be a City fan. Best and worst decision I ever made. Oh, Robin, mate, how you doing? I used to work with Robin over at JD. I work for the outdoor company Blacks. How you doing, man? I drive past JD all the time still. Are you there still, man? Yeah, that shot was embarrassing. Like, genuinely stupid. He saw the headlines party. Good on you, Wicker man. Look, I don't regret being being a City fan in the 90s for me growing up. I love it because I swear it changed who I am as a person. You learn how to lose and you... Kyle, mate. You learn how to lose and it absolutely molds you. It just does. Good to hear, Robin, mate. Good to hear. We are, mate. We're very good. He's beautiful and wonderful. The wife's good. I hope you're good too, pal. We live up in Ramsbottom now as well, which is obviously not far from where we used to work in Pelsworth. Come on, City, man. Come on, City. Oh, it was terrible working around the 90s, but you know what? I look back at the 90s and Kincladsie, and my first ever game was Man City beating Swindon 2-1 under Brian Horton. in 1994, February the something. I can't remember the exact date. Like, I want to say like the 14th, something like that, 13th. Mid-February, sometime. And we beat them 2-1, Swindon. And Jan Fjortov scored for Swindon. And who now follows me on Twitter, by the way, which is wild. It's really weird that the first ever goal... Was it the first ever goal? Let's have a look. Man City 2-1, Swindon. Did he score the first goal? I can't remember who scored the first goal in that game. It was the 93-94 season. It was the 26th of February. Yeah, the first ever goal, professional goal I saw in person scored as a human being, like, was Jan Fjortov for Swindon against City, and now he follows me on Twitter. That's weird, isn't it? It's really weird. But then, David Rocastle scored the winner for City, rest in peace. And Kevin Horlock also is another one who follows me on Twitter. Scored an own goal for Swindon. So that's really weird, isn't it? Two players from the first ever game I saw were involved in goals. And that's crazy. And both follow me on Twitter. Life's a very weird moment. I loved Kinky, John Walters. Kinky Lad's one of my favourites of all time. I think he's an insane player. Come on, City. Not been great, this. Frank Worthington. Ipswich. Nice. Exactly, Oliver. That's how I feel. Oh, nice, Volo. Volo's City fan story there with a super chat. Thank you so much for super chat. Says, as an American, I'm a New York Jets fan and found City once had the same amount of years without a title, 44 years. So I'm a City fan. Well, City have done it and the Jets' wait continues. Fingers crossed it happens soon for you, mate. I've never really cared why people support a team, if that makes sense. Like, the only thing I ever care, and I mean this, I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I meant more, the only thing I ever care is how they support a team. That's it, you know. I just, if they support them loyally, patiently, and decently, and like, that's all I care about. That's literally all I care about. I think people get very gatekeepery, and I don't really see the point, you know. I like chatting to people from all around the world doing these videos. Like, in this chat, I don't know how many people I've chatted to from different continents during this video. And that's class, man. It's class, and it's just because of football. Got a good ball. Go on, Bernardo. Hopefully Jets win it for you, mate. Robin, I think it's potentially on, mate, the treble. We were chatting about it earlier on here. Look, to me, it's the first leg. The first leg of the Real Madrid game and the Arsenal game, after those two, it were still in a very good position after those two games, and I'll say, yeah, it's on. I mean, it's definitely a reality. You know, like, I don't know anything about the Jets, by the way. I don't know. I know nothing about them. I'm just double checking. Yeah, there are American football. I was like, is it baseball? Is it? It's the Mets, isn't it? Is it the Mets who are baseball? Who's the baseball one? I don't know. Sports it to piss off Goldbridge. I hope that's true, by the way, because that is the most childish reason to do anything. It was funny if so. Goldbridge is just an actor, you know. He's good at what he does. I don't like the guy, but he's an entertainer. That's all he is. He's a character. He's playing a character, and he's good at it. He's made a lot of money out of it as well. Go on, Bernardo. Oh, mate, an air shot. Oh, that's a penalty. It's a penalty. 1,000,000,000% a pen. I mean, it's the most obvious pen you'll ever see. He's fucked that up big time. Jefferson, mate. Yeah, I mean, you can't argue that. That's the most blatant pen you will ever see in your life. Go on, Haaland, mate. You missed one the other day. I mean, that's not soft. Commentate can fuck off. It's a blatant pen. McCoy's right now is saying he touches the ball. I'm sorry. Even if he nicks the ball, that is not a challenge. You know what I mean? If his little toe, tiny bit touches the ball, if his little toe, tiny touches the ball, but he doesn't, I think you have to win the ball. You know what I mean? Like, he's not won the ball there. I don't care if he touched it a tiny bit. Like, I hate this idea. Like, if you slightly touch it, you're Why is Mahrez fucking taking it? Why the fuck is Mahrez taking it? Right, you better score, Riyadh. I'm sure you will be, but you shouldn't be taking it. Boom! 1-0. I don't care if he scored. If you're going to take a penalty, fucking score it. Come on, you Blues, man. Lovely stuff. Oh, I'm about to say one step closer to Wembley. We're already at fucking Wembley. Stupid. I don't agree with it either. But we scored. Lovely stuff. Come on, City, man. Fucking hell. Why I hate playing at Wembley for these games. This should be one step closer to Wembley. Not, oh, we're at Wembley and we'll be back here next month. Who gives a shit about that? Good penalty, by the way. Really good penalty. It had to be, didn't it? It had to be. It was a perfect penalty if I played to him. I will take it. I'm happy for him. Though I wish Guardiola would get to the bottom of that, by the way. Like, stop fucking letting... This penalty thing is weird. It's a really weird... It's a really weird scenario. Like, why is it even up for debate? Is Erling Haaland's on the fucking pitch? The thing is now, it looks like he's not taking it because he missed one, which is stupid. There should be an utter conviction and confidence in his game to take it. It should always be. Glory hunter. You calling me a glory hunter, James? I always love it when this. You know, the people who call people glory hunters, what they don't realise is that I'm slightly older than them by some way and probably saw my team live before they were even born. He's offside there, isn't he? Pass it. Oh, nearly for Alvarez. I'm sorry, but like this idea that he won the ball is fucking nonsense. He took him down and sort of slightly grazed it with his little toe. He didn't win the fucking ball. I always think in general, this idea that if you touch the ball, it's perfectly fine. I just think it's genuinely nonsense. Like, you have to win the ball and not breeze it, but take a player down. You have to win the ball. He didn't win the ball there, did he? He just took the player down. Doug's got it right there. Doug said they call us the glory hunters, then brag about how they support the biggest and most successful team. It's funny that, isn't it? We're the biggest. We've got the most history, so you're attracted to your history and your trophies of your team. Anyway, I am a lifelong Manchester City fan from Manchester, so don't know what more I could do there, lads. Right, James. Unless you're gonna say anything interesting, mate, I'm gonna block you from the channel because you're boring, mate. So if you want to be interested and actually get involved in conversation, you can stay. If you want to carry on being dull, and all your comments coming from Twitter, then you can go. But you're really just a troll, everyone. Like, what's the fucking point in that, man? Take it to Twitter. It's all right, James. At least you apologised. Right, see you later. See you later, James. You trolled good. Man City winning treble? I don't think so. No, because I think it's gonna be very hard. But do I think we've got a chance? Possibly. It's half time. There we go. What does everyone reckon? Let me do a quick tweet out about the halftime thoughts and all that kind of stuff as per usual. That was all right, man. That was not too bad. Not a classic, but it doesn't matter. All we needed to be was a decent performance, and so far that's what we've got. We've got the goal, even if it was just kind of brought on by a penalty. It was only a penalty, you know. That kind of, sorry, I'm just doing a tweet quickly. There we go. Hence why I'm sounding distracted. Done. Right. Anyway. 1-0, City at half-time, one step closer to the treble, I guess. One step away, 45 minutes away from an FA Cup final against Brighton or Man United. I will be fine about it. I'm absolutely fine about it. Look, to be honest, when we make this many changes, I stop spamming, by the way, Jack, see questions, pal. But when we make this many changes, all I want to see is that is a City side that get the job done. I'm not expecting free-flowing football because I think largely it's a bit of a mixed match of teams. I think in general it should be focusing on the result because that City side isn't the best one, but it looks good. It looks good to kind of get us there. Like, I think Sheffield United have done pretty well, by the way, and I think they'll feel a little bit disappointed. They've had some good moments, particularly in Dyer had a really good chance early on, but after that the pattern of the game has sort of shifted to Manchester City. Our best chances have come from long range, really. It hasn't been a classic from City, but it has been a decent performance so far. And I do suspect we will probably see some changes in the second half. Maybe Guardiola might kind of push it a little bit later. We probably will bring on... I can see De Bruyne coming on at some point. And who else is on the bench? Let me just double check. If I see any changes, I can see Rodri coming on for half an hour. De Bruyne, maybe Phil Foden. Phil for Jack, potentially. I think Phil Foden would be a good shout because I think he'd have the energy to turn, to give City a little bit more kind of vibrancy up front, and I can see him changing things around a tiny bit for us. So I reckon when you look at the team over there, I can see a couple of those changes coming on. Rodri, I think, probably would come on to kind of... I can see Rodri, KDB and Foden coming on just to kind of kill the game for us a little bit and kind of hold out there. Mark with the super chat as always. Mark delivers. Mark says, lads, stop asking if we're winning the Prem. We all know we'll win the rest. Look, at what point does a meme become fact? You know, Mark's always here piping up saying the same thing, and I fucking love it, man. To me, I've upset Morris Twitter, by the way. Like, why does everyone care about Morris' confidence, you know? Let me just reply to him. I'm getting cooked for saying I don't care about Morris' confidence, by the way, on Twitter, which is absolutely wild. I don't care about Morris getting confidence to take a penalty. It's just, it's never a meme. Okay, fair play. I love Morris, but I don't think Morris' feelings should be ahead of Haaland being the penalty taker. It's simple as that. Haaland should be the penalty. Should be the penalty taker. I love Mahrez. He's a great player, and I really think he's brilliant. But he's just not our penalty taker. He's decent at them, you know. Either way, I think we'll get there. I think we'll win. Does anyone else see any changes in the second half? What do you expect to see? Personally, I reckon I think we will change it a little bit. To me, it's been an okay performance so far. Let me bring up the stats right now on screen. Oops, there we go. 5 shots to their 4. It's been relatively even. We've had 80% possession, by the way. To 20%. It's basically been the story of the game that you would expect it to be so far. Gomez has done all right, by the way, alongside Grealish. I think he sort of suits it. He sort of suits that role in general. It feels to me that him alongside kind of Grealish is quite a nice little overlap, and he's done fine. Bernardo Silva's been buzzing about, kind of relatively lively, and Alvarez has been kind of quietly effective, you know? Not amazing, but quietly effective. He's had more danger than Haaland, I would say. I'm looking at the penalty again. I don't get why this is so controversial, this penalty. I think it's clear as anything penalty. It obviously is. Sheffield United, I did love to see how it had gone with McAtee and Doyle. You know, it would have been a really interesting switch, wouldn't it? He kicked his foot. He did. I mean, it's obviously, you know, what it is. Grealish has played a lot of football, Harry. You know, maybe he is a bit tired. Maybe he is. The penalty for Mahrez is great, by the way. I haven't look. To me, I just don't like the penalty situation being so weird. It shouldn't be. I have nothing against Mahrez. I think he's great. Rico Lewis for Walker. Maybe they play well. Honestly, at this point, where to give a goal. They have been pretty well. You know, I think they have. I think they've been a decent side. I think they really have. Palmer in, potentially. I don't think we'll make those changes. I think, to be honest, it'll be Foden potentially over Grealish. I can see Rodri potentially coming on. When should Haaland come off? I think if it's 2-0 up, I think they'll make the change. I think they'll bring Alvarez. I think what they'll do, I reckon, is they'll take Haaland off for De Bruyne, and I think they'll put Alvarez through the middle. I am getting absolutely... I'm so sick of fanboys on Twitter, man. They drive me mad. I am not in the mood for this today. Why do Mahrez fanboys have to be so fucking weird, man? Why do they have to be so fucking weird? I reckon we'll see. Maybe Diaz will walk in potentially. It'll be a decent change. I reckon we'll... I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by Twitter. I'll stop doing that now. It's very unprofessional of me. And just when you start seeing the pile-ons from the Algerian fanboys, they're fucking nonsense. I'll stop doing that now. But when you see you get a pile-on on you, you're like, oh my God, I can't be arsed. They are just genuinely strange people. Genuinely strange people. The thing is about fanboys in general, if you're a fanboy, you make everyone hate your player. It doesn't win. People who are fanboys of these, they sort of they do their player a disservice. Like, I can't imagine Mahrez loves it because like, oh, stop giving me a hard time, man. Like, they make it about that player, and as a result, it makes people not want that player around anymore because they want them to fuck off. Right, Laporte, PSG or Barca. I can't see Laporte going anywhere, by the way. And I love Sane back. And that is a good thing as well. Yeah, pundits are... You don't get much of the pundits, do you? You get adverts. To be honest, Mike Loves Football said Sheffield United's defence are on top form and we're lacking in areas slightly, but who's got possession and most chances? Blue Moon. Exactly. Does Gomez have a right foot? Probably not, mate, but then most of our players are very one-footed, to be fair. Okay, so I think that's probably a right, particularly... just say goodbye to Nintendo. How dare you, John Wallace? But I think that's probably unfair criticism of Gomez. Obviously, I think he's done all right. I think he's done okay. I would like to see a second goal and some players, switched out because, of course, you got the Arsenal game. Haaland's had a relatively quiet game, to be honest. Friendly side of 4-0. I reckon imagine 4-0. Jesus, Tyler. I think we'll beat Arsenal, by the way. Well, you probably will get there, Naz, as well. You probably will get his 50th. I reckon the second half we'll see... I think Guardiola will do the odd tweak here and there. Will come out being a little bit better. I suspect we'll see City move the ball a tiny bit better. Haaland to get... Look, I need Haaland to get a hat-trick against Arsenal. Like, against Arsenal, I can really see City getting, like... Do you know what? I think there's a good chance that we sort of humble Arsenal a little bit. It might not happen. It might be really tight. But I think there's a real chance they could be. And to be honest, Kevin Garchi, I don't really blame Sheffield United for defending really deep at the moment. Like, they need to, man. They need to. We're too good. And I think, to be honest, they've had a couple of decent chances. Like, in general, largely, I think Arsenal are looking a bit weak. Phillips, by the way, he must be fuming. I think there's a chance he comes on at some point, potentially. Maybe for Bernardo or Gundogan. I think Phillips might get 20 minutes. If you're not starting, by the way, and you're a Yorkshire boy as well, which he is, against Sheffield United, who are a championship side, a place you played a billion times for England, Wembley, right now, you're struggling. You're struggling, aren't you? I think Foden should get the minutes because he needs them. Geomat Tech. What minute do you reckon? I reckon 65th minute Foden comes on, maybe 70th minute. Foden for Grealish is what I would say should happen. Foden for Grealish about 70 minutes on because he needs to play. We need to fill Foden back in general. Like, the thing is, can everyone see Foden playing against Real Madrid even if he's fully fit? Because I can't see him changing the system. Grealish with Bernardo because it seems to just work. But either way, it's something like. It's something I wouldn't want to... I get why. I get why they would play him, but why they wouldn't at the moment, because Bernardo just seems to work. Bernardo played left back at the Emirates. Yeah, he's not doing that again. No chance. He's not doing that again. But we want Foden, even if he doesn't play in those times, you want him around. Won't risk Phillips until we're 3-0 up. Bloody hell, Aspie. How are these falling, mate? People really are arguing that Haaland is the penalty taker. Like, imagine denying it. Like, how can you deny it? Guardiola's done fantastic, by the way, with the City side. Remember Sampath, the fan, they're driving me mad. I've just owned a Morris fanboy here, by the way. Like, look, they're giving me criticism here about when did you say that? And they said, basically, one of them just said Guardiola's never said that Haaland's the penalty taker. And here I was like, bring me the quote where he says that. And there is literally the quote. Erling is the first taker. I wanted that, but Riyad always tries to do it. Roger was involved. I don't know what happened. Tomorrow we'll speak with them. I like when people want to take penalties, but always there is one that's the one main one, and that is Erling. Guardiola literally said it. It's right there, pal. Anyone denying it, it's weird. The reason Morris takes him because he moans about it. Like, he shouldn't be the penalty taker. He shouldn't be. I love Erling Haaland. Riyad Mahrez, but he should not be the penalty taker. It's really that simple. Anyway, second half should be underway soon. It's only the FA Cup, mate. It's the FA Cup semi-final. It's not only the FA Cup. It's a big game. It's the semi-final of the FA Cup at Wembley. Haaland's playing because it's important. Right, come on, City, man. Second half underway. None of the penalty nonsense. The thing is, it looks like Haaland's... When you take a penalty taker who scored like 8 out of 9 or whatever, because they missed one and then you sub him off, like, of the penalties, it makes it out that his penalty record taking isn't good enough. It shouldn't be one on, one off. That's just stupid. Right, come on, City, second half. Yeah, I probably shouldn't, Naz, but it's very, very tempting. I'd rather face Brighton, Elias. Like, the United has that edge, doesn't it? Like, I'd rather lose to Brighton than United in the final. And that's such a weird way of putting it, but I'd rather, yeah, in general, I don't want a Manchester derby in the final. They're a very good side, Brighton. Very good side. They might even be harder side than United. I think Brighton are going to beat him easily as well, to be fair. Foden warming up, which is nice. I'd love to see Foden come on. He was in such good form when he got his injury, which is a massive shame. Well, injury, he's out. Not injury, so he didn't get his injury. He just, his body gave up, didn't it? His appendix. Go on, Bernardo. He's getting there, Bucky boy. Grealish is fantastic as a number 10. I'm happy for him, by the way, because he's class. There's a humility to his game, which I actually admire for once. Go on, Jack. He's on the ball right now, actually. That's a poor ball from Gomez, mate. You got to do better than that. But Dortmund top of the Bundesliga. Oh, God. What a week for Bayern. Have they just won? Funny. Kyle, man. What are you doing? Kyle has those moments, doesn't he? He really does. It was so funny, by the way, if Dortmund win the league after after getting rid of Nagelsmann. It'd be incredible. It'd be genuinely incredible. Like, no respect at all for them. For Bayern. We need that second goal. Kill the tie off. As soon as the second goal happens, Jack's been sloppy today, actually. I think their confidence just disappears. And it could be a bit of a pile-on after that. I do, Naz. Walker's free kick at Anfield. Why? That was such a weird moment. Every now and then, everyone gets like main character. It's one of those things. I guess if Kyle Walker requests to take a free kick, you're like, okay. It's so weird that you sort of respect it. Like, has he got something planned here? You're like, and then obviously that happened. Come on, City. Go on, Mahrez. Oh, Gundogan in the way. Kanji blocking it, man. Kanji. Let's see Morris fans just out the corner. I imagine. Kanji's been great. Kanji gets so much stick in general, but I don't really see the point. I think people are so weirdly harsh on Kanji. Like, he's been for £14 million. He's been an excellent signing. Go on, Jack. Morris cannot take a corner. He's terrible at him. Alvarez should be in the corners, by the way. Go on, Gundo. Sergio with the shot. Go on, Holland. Oh, nearly. He's he's got those long legs, hasn't he? Gomez deflected shot. How does he even get there in the first place? Nearly. Gundo's brilliant. Gundo leaving would be a massive blow. We can't lose him and Bernardo, by the way. I agree with Victor. It'd be catastrophic. Absolutely catastrophic. They're too fucking good. We need a massive. I mean, thing is, even if we replace their quality, they won't be used to the system at all. Jesus, Alvarez. Alvarez was a shocker. That was a hell of a bad time. We could do with a spark here. The amount of times we skied it in this game is ridiculous. Did you ever see Rodri yawn before on the bench, by the way? Yeah, that's the problem. Like, we can replace Bernardo and Gundogan as numbers as players, and maybe the quality in long term. But they're adapting to the system. The time it would take, it's so hard to get any players to understand the Man City way so quickly. Like, we'd struggle. They take about a year. You know, you need to give them all a year to adapt to the methods. Every single player needs it. You know. Especially midfielders, it's just too important to the City side. It's a good run from Bergler, I think. Haaland's exception. Well, I mean, it's because his game's built around one thing, isn't it? Goal scoring. I think even as yeah, absolutely. I mean, Haaland's a freakish nature, but not many people are Haaland, are they? But I would say as a striker, as long as you get the chances, you're going to score the goals. But as a midfielder, I mean, yeah, as Tyler said, most of our game is 80%. He said is midfield. It's so crucial. It's going to be weird trying to replace them. Go on, Erling. Do you know what? Haaland's passing's underrated, you know. Sometimes his touch letting goes, but he's obviously such an accurate... Oh, Jack's having a poor game today. He's accurate at everything he does, isn't he? Because he's got such a good radar. Jack probably needs to come off, to be honest. Go on, Riyadh. Oh, lovely stuff. That's what he's good at. That's fucking brilliant. I can't wait for the fanboys. Kill the game off. Go on, lad. That's terrible defending. I mean, the terrible defending, but lovely stuff from Riyadh. Game over. Absolutely beautiful. The thing is, I fucking love him. I mean, it's shocking. I think Yaya scored one similar to that once, where they just back off and back off and back off. But that's beautiful. You can't deny that, man. You can't deny that's quality. It's mad that he just ran straight. He's got to get a hat-trick in here, then I'm going to get even more criticism. But I'll be buzzing. I fucking love him. He's great. I might just start wearing a Mara's t-shirt with his face on, you know what I mean? Just for the fanboys. Sometimes, right, when I'm in a bad mood like I'm today, I'm in a terrible mood today. The fanboys, what a fuck, they drive me fucking mad. That was a beautiful finish, though. Fair play to him. And he took the momentum really well. Like, bad defending is only bad defending if you take advantage of it, and that's what he did there, so fair play to him. Commentators... That's the thing, is that that's the thing about the Haaland presence, isn't it? Genuinely. Haaland's presence is ridiculous. Like, he drags defenders away. I'd be fine with that as well, City Slacker. It'd be nice, though, wouldn't it? You know, Mahrez, like, Mahrez wins the FA Cup. Bernardo wins the Champions League. That'd be nice. $12 wins on the back. I wish we could do that, Naz. That's what I mean. I was gutted about the draw because I wanted the winning, the winning streak, but it's not, is it? Unfortunately, it's a draw. But I wanted that. I wanted that win streak as well. We got it in the league still. How many in the league is it we can win? How many are we unbeaten now, by the way? Is it like 14, 15 games, something like that? Go on, Sergio. Go on, Sergio. He's done well there, Sergio. I'm pretty certain, by the way, I've got a profile picture of me with Mahrez. I've just realised, I swear I've got a photo of me and Mahrez. I am going to have to do that right now. I've just realised I've got to have to change the photo. I absolutely have to do it. It's the most childish thing I could ever do, but it'd be stupid. I can't think of anything funnier to do right now than that. They have got me stressing, but I don't care. I'm in a bad mood today, Bucky. He's got it. Oh, fucking Riyad, man. Absolutely wonderful. Oh, he's fucking done it. Oh, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Go on, Riyad, man. Go on, Riyad. That is incredible. Mahrez with a fucking hat-trick after this game. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe he should have taken the penalty. Oh. Go on. Go on, Riyad, man. Fucking, I love him. He's brilliant, man. He's absolutely brilliant. Go on, Riyad, man. Ramadan Mahrez, by the way. Is it Ramadan? I don't even genuinely know. It's because yeah. Cole Palmer coming on Foden. Nice, man. Look at that. That's lovely stuff. Wait, 2 academy boys coming on. By the way, I love that I've got a photo in Mahrez with all the fanboys just to piss them off. Palmer on. Foden on. Lovely stuff, man. Was Eid yesterday? I genuinely didn't know. I'm not, mainly because I'm in my own bubble in the world. I hope everyone had a lovely Eid if they were celebrating. Lovely stuff. A Haaland blank, I know, a rare Haaland blank. Fair play to Sheffield United, by the way, for keeping him out. Good times. Good times. We're going to the FA Cup final, man. Lovely, lovely stuff. I might. I'm just such a good mood right now, by the way. I'll play Cole's on the left, is he? Haaland off without a goal is a shame, innit? I do love Cole Palmer. I wish Cole Palmer wasn't on the left, by the way, constantly. I wish he'd play him on the right. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? This fucking City side, man. Wembley is our second home, isn't it? It really is. Filling midfield is nice, by the way, to be fair. I like it. Go on, City, man. I want to see what Phil can do centrally. Like, there's something about like City being in an FA Cup final. And then bringing on 2 City fans, like, it's just fucking class on it. Go on, Cole. He's not a left winger, Cole. The thing is, who does everyone want? Brighton or United in the final? A treble at expense United would be glorious, Joe. I get that argument, Chelsea as well. Oh, why is suspended? WDP, you say Palmer's a United fan. Do you know what? As a kid, he might have been, but then so Carragher was an Everton fan. Would you say Carragher's a Liverpool fan? Look, all I know is that Cole Palmer has been at City since he was 8 years old. He went to watch Champions League final as a fan with the City fans. There's no way he doesn't support Man City these days. They're his club, you know. Like, I'm sure growing up maybe, but like if you spent all your life at one club. He might have had a United shirt as a kid. He might be a United fan, but Cole Palmer clearly is a blue now. He just obviously is. In the way that Carragher became a Liverpool fan, you know. It's just how it is. Like, you... Be like Kane, to be fair. Exactly, WDP. I think we forget like how often it's their home away from home, isn't it? They spend all the time there training, going there. All the friends are City fans and whatever. Palmer's problem is he doesn't get on the right wing ever. He's a right winger. He's literally a right winger. It's so strange having to play. Having to play in the wrong position constantly. Ah, Cole, unlucky, mate. Phillips is coming on, by the way. I do like that Grealish got another assist, by the way. Like, he's really picked up, hasn't he, Grealish? Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? I mean, I guess it's because Foden, Bernard, and Morris can play there, but I don't see why Morris isn't off at this point, to be honest. That's a foul on Palmer. I just don't see why he isn't. He feels like he should be substituted off. Calvin on. Oh, it'll happen all the time. That's guaranteed. Phillips is a weird one, isn't it? Like, the thing is with Phillips, like, he's looked so slow in general since he got back into the team, but he was known for his energy. So, like, I do wonder if it's just a confidence thing or trying to do something. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't decide if he'll be here next season or not. Like, it's just a weird one for him. But someone said it earlier. Was it Aspie in the chat who said, like, I can't wait to get 3-0 up so Pep can risk Phillips. And it's actually happened. Getting the 3-0 up treatment. It's not great. Ake missing Nazar. No update on Ake, by the way. I don't think yet. I'm hoping it's not overly serious. Maybe a couple of weeks or something. I think we'll probably know ahead of the Arsenal game. Pep will mention it probably. Walker's very fast to Chelsea. That's still an understatement. We're cruising to another final here, by the way. It really is our second home, isn't it? Go on, Kyle. Go on, Kyle. It's boy club, isn't it, Kyle? Sheffield United. Yeah, I do wonder if part of this slower look to his game with Calvin Phillips is go on, Cole. Is him trying to adapt to look like a Man City player. You know what I mean by that? Like playing the role as opposed to playing his game. Prony's not on the bench, Joel, so you won't be seeing that. I've not been at my best on this stream today. I apologise. I'm in a shocking mood today, so I didn't need that beef with fucking Algerian Twitter today. I'm in my own head today, big time. I apologise, but we're all here and we're all, sort of enjoying it. So I apologise for being distracted today. I'm only human, bad day at work and all that. I'm a stubborn fucker. But we're winning 3-0, and Mahrez is just winning. He's taking us to the FA Cup final, which is funny. It's funny, man. It's funny. Oh, Phil losing the ball slowly there. Copenhagen's beautiful, Tom. Beautiful place. Expensive though. Fuck me. Me and Nicola went back in February last year. Insanely expensive, but great. I'd love to see Lewis on the pitch, by the way, as well. Another City fan. Is he coming on? Yeah, probably for a Kanji potentially, or Walker maybe. It's probably just Kyle Walker. Plenty of Kanji, I reckon that makes sense. I think Sergio's had a decent game, by the way. Bernardo Silva's coming off. Interesting. So what's that structure then? Is Gomez going midfield? Rico going midfield? Let's have a look. Rico midfield by the looks of it. Rico playing as midfielder. Berry's own Rico. Reckliffe, innit? Reckliffe lad. Look at that bench, by the way. Diaz, Rodri, Grealish, De Bruyne, Stones, Edison, Haaland. That bench is just fucking power. Just world-class players everywhere. I'd love to see Palmer on the right once again. Get him on the right, man. Play Cole. Done really well there. Oh, lucky lad. Lucky. Palmer's done really well there. Yeah, he is Mark, indeed. He's a mixed martial arts fighter, isn't he? Play Gomez. There are 4 Man City fans playing as midfielders right now for City. That's mad, that, isn't it? That's crazy. Oh, brother, I've not played football for years, mate. What was I? I was quite creative, actually. Very technical. I was playing on the left as a right footer, kind of dribbling and creating chances. I would say if I had to, what was my style? I had to dribble. I was pretty decent, good finisher. Good with my weak foot as well, my left foot. Loved the pass, loved the 1-2. Who was my style a little bit? I'd probably say like Nazari, if not even being honest. Obviously nowhere near that level, but I was decent. I wouldn't say as fast as Ribery, personally. I'm kind of very average paced, you know? I was decent. I was a decent footballer. A good finisher, genuinely. I'd say Gundogan, you know what I mean? Gundogan and Nasri hybrid. I liked drifting off the left, you know? I once played left back for a Sunday League team because they put me at left back, and I scored a couple from left back, just bursting forward. And one was the 20-yarder. I just placed it in the bottom corner from 20 yards and right foot opened the body up, and I was buzzing, man. So they put me up front after that. I was like, and by the way, I had a penalty scenario where we did a penalty competition, and whoever got last, you know, we should be taking penalties, and I won it, and they didn't fucking the captain took the penalty instead. Wasn't happy. Genuinely true story, and I was very upset about that. I could take a penalty, so there's a true story for you. It should be Haaland as our. Ali McCoy is like usually dead sound, but he's definitely been a bit off recently. I think he wants the underdogs here, doesn't he? Oof, Sergio, get lucky, mate. Tarico. Ah, fucking hell, Kyle. He delayed that pass so long. Akanji's a natural leader. I think he's captained Switzerland at times before. You can tell he's got that to his game, so I'm not surprised he took the leadership thing well. I mean, to me, last minute penalties, Haaland. He's a killer. You know, Haaland is a proven winner, and his penalty record is insane. So, look, you don't sign someone like Haaland and not let him have the penalty. You know, what is the point in having the Haaland who's got 50 goals? Is that you'll have 50 odd goals at that point and not let him have the penalty? Like, there is ice in his veins. You know. Akanji bodied most people, man. He's brilliant. Oh, would I be confident taking one? I'd score it, man. I'd score a penalty to win the Champions League. I'd take it if I had to, yeah. I would. I'd step up and take a penalty. I've always been a confident player. Pressure doesn't get to me, man. Doesn't get to me. Go on, lads. Close him. Oh, go on, go on. Ah! Both Alvarez and Rico left it then. Go on, Phil. Go on, Phil. Oh, Alvarez. He's such a clean footballer, Alvarez, isn't he? The way he took that with his stride. It's remote enough, Robin. It's hiding Pill Tower. I fucking love Alvarez. Got Riyadh man of the match. Go on, lads. Go on, lads. Tarico. Oh, he's delayed it. Go on, Cole. Oh, lucky Cole. Did well there, though. That's a good cross, that man, you know. He's unlucky. Oh, filled close. Well, Rico's was actually a midfielder, Kevel. He's a quality player, Cole Palmer. I don't get it either, Naz. I think it's strange. Gomes done well there, by the way. Oh, lucky they give it away. I've just tweeted some Palmer prop. He deserves it. Bucky's right there, by the way. Haaland scores that, doesn't he? He gets the end of that Palmer cross. There we go. Full time. City are through to the FA Cup final. Boom. I hope we win the FA Cup, man. We've not won it in a while. We need to win the FA Cup. Guys, lovely, lovely stuff. Mahrez with a match ball at Wembley. Ramadan Mahrez is actually a thing, isn't it? It's really, really good, isn't it? Fantastic stuff. Thank you so much for watching this. I will be going live with my match reaction at about probably 10 to 7, I reckon. For now, though, I am going to go and give my son a quick hug after watching this. Thank you very much for watching. Up the Blues, FA Cup final, Riyadh, magic as always. Love you all loads, and I'll see you in about 15 minutes. Come on, Blues.